the 90s muscle cars from GM packed serious speed and power that still surprise many today. Here are the 15 fastest GM muscle cars from that era you probably didn't even know existed. Number 15, 1990, Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. The 1990 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 is one of the quickest muscle cars ever made. What makes it so special is how fast it can go. It has a strong and smart engine. This engine is a V8 that is made mostly out of aluminum. It has 32 valves and is 350 cubic inches big. The engine was built with help from a company called Lotus, and it was made by Mercury Marine. This engine makes about 380 horsepower when it runs at 6,200 times per minute. It also gives 370 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 times per minute. That is a lot of power to make the car go super fast. One of the coolest things about the Corvette ZR1 is how fast it can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. It only takes 4.5 seconds to reach that speed. That means the car reacts really quickly when you step on the gas pedal. It can also go from 0 to 100 miles per hour in just 10.4 seconds. That has been faster than most cars in its time. This car is also great at racing short distances. It can finish a quarter-mile race in only 12.8 seconds. By the end of that race, the car is moving at 111 miles per hour. That is super fast. The Corvette ZR1 has a 6-speed manual transmission, which helps the car shift smoothly while keeping all that power under control. To help it stay fast and safe, the car has wide Goodyear tires in the back. These tires help it grip the road so it does not slide around. The brakes are strong and made in Australia. They can stop the car from 70 miles per hour in only 170 feet, which is really good for a car this fast. The Corvette ZR1 is not just fast, it is also smart. It has a special key that lets you lower the engine power if needed. It even has sensors that warn you when the tire pressure is low. All of this makes the Corvette ZR1 a smart, speedy legend on the road. Number 14, 1993, Cadillac Alente Northstar V8. The 1993 Cadillac Alente Northstar V8 was a fast and fancy car, even though it came out at the very end of its line. This car got a big upgrade with a brand new engine. It was the first Alente to have the strong Northstar V8 engine, which was 280 cubic inches in size. This engine had 2 camshafts on top and made 295 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. That kind of power helped the Alente go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.9 seconds. That was really quick, especially for a front-wheel drive car made for comfort. Even though it was not built like a race car, the Alente could go down the quarter mile in 15 points and 2 seconds. That showed it had real speed when you stepped on the gas. Most people thought of Cadillacs as smooth and slow, but this one could actually move fast in a straight line like a muscle car. The engine worked with a 4-speed automatic transmission that pushed the power to the front wheels. The transmission was smooth, and it made the car easy to drive, even when it was going fast. It helped the car stay calm and steady when it picked up speed. One of the coolest parts about the Alente was its smart suspension system. It changed the way the car was handled depending on the road. That meant the ride felt smooth on bumpy roads and firm when turning around corners. It was a great mix of comfort and performance. Inside, the Alente had lots of luxury features too. It came with soft leather seats that you could adjust with buttons, a system that kept the air just right, and a fancy Delco Symphony sound system to play music. These things made it feel like a true luxury car, even though it could still go fast. The 1993 Cadillac Alente Northstar 5.8 may not have looked like a race car, but with its strong engine, quick speed, and smart features, it surprised everyone. Number 13, 1995 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. The 1995 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 had a big V8 engine called the LT1, which was 350 cubic inches in size. This engine gave the car 275 horsepower, which helped it go really fast. When it had the 6-speed manual transmission, it could zoom from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.3 seconds. That was quick for the 1990s and made it a strong part of the muscle car world. Not only could it take off quickly, but it was also good at racing down the quarter mile. The Camaro Z28 could finish the quarter mile in just 14.5 seconds. That made it one of the faster cars you could buy back then. Even though other cars got faster later on, this Camaro stayed strong and kept up, thanks to its great engine and solid design. The Camaro was not just fast in a straight line. It could turn and handle corners too. The Norquist family took this car and made it even better. They turned it into a special car that could race on drag strips and road courses. That means it could go fast in a straight line, but also do great in sharp turns. It was built to win in more than one way. Later on, the engine got a huge upgrade. It got new cylinder heads, tough pistons, a stronger camshaft, and even nitrous oxide. Without nitrous, the engine made 760 horsepower. With nitrous, it made more than 1,000 horsepower. That made the Camaro Z28 a total beast on the track. To handle all that power, the car had different setups for different races. It came with 2 types of rear ends, shocks you could adjust, tough suspension parts, and 2 sets of brakes. That made it easy to switch between drag racing and road racing by making a few quick changes. Even with all its power, the car stayed comfortable. It had power seats, air conditioning, tinted glass, alloy wheels, and remote entry, making it a true racing machine anyone would love. Number 12, 1991 GMC Cyclone. The 1991 GMC Cyclone was not your normal pickup truck. It looked small and simple on the outside, but it had the heart of a race car under the hood. This powerful little truck came with a 262 cubic inch V6 engine. But this was no regular engine. It had a turbocharger that made it super strong. It gave the truck 280 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. That is a huge amount of power for a truck this size. What made the Cyclone even cooler was how it used that power. It had all-wheel drive, which means power went to all 4 wheels at the same time. That helped it grip the road better and blast off without spinning the tires. Because of this, the Cyclone could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. That was faster than many sports cars. Back in the early 1990s, the Cyclone was also amazing in the quarter-mile race. It could finish the quarter mile in just 13.4 seconds. That made it faster than many muscle cars that had bigger V8 engines. It was shocking to see a pickup truck beating sports cars and muscle cars in a straight line. The way the Cyclone handled was also special. It had a sports suspension that was lower than the regular GMC Sonoma. It came with strong Bilstein gas shocks, big tires, and light aluminum wheels. These parts helped the truck stay steady and stick to the road. For stopping power, it had 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, which were very rare for trucks at that time. Even though the back brakes were drum brakes, the system worked great for quick stops. The Cyclone didn't just drive fast, it looked fast too. It was only made in black, with red Cyclone logos and dark trim. The back had a smooth cover, and the inside had sporty bucket seats, air conditioning, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and a turbo gauge so drivers could see the boost. The 1991 GMC Cyclone surprised everyone. It was a lightning-quick machine that could beat many fast cars on the drag strip. Number 11, 1992 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 LT5. The 1992 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 was a super fast car. It had a strong 350 cubic inch LT 5 V8 engine. This powerful engine was made by General Motors and Lotus working together. It gave the car 375 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. That much strength helped the Corvette ZR1 go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.4 seconds. For a car in the early 1990s, that was super quick. But the speed did not stop there. The ZR1 could also zoom through the quarter mile in only 12.7 seconds. That meant it could beat many other fast cars on the road. It could even go faster than 180 miles per hour at top speed. The car's body was made with lightweight aluminum, which helped it move quickly and stay strong at high speeds. The Corvette ZR1 was not just fast in a straight line. It could also turn corners and handle the road very well. That's because it had a special suspension system made by Bilstein and Lotus. The system came with 3 driving modes called Touring, Sport, and Performance. Each mode changed how the car felt while driving. This helped the driver stay in control, whether they were going slow or super fast. To match its power, the car had really good brakes and strong tires. The tires gave it a good grip, and the brakes helped it stop quickly when needed. Everything worked together to make sure the Corvette was not just fast, but safe too. The inside of the car was sporty and comfortable. It had cool gauges, soft seats, and controls to change the driving modes. It felt like a race car, but it was still nice to drive every day. Anyhow, the 1992 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 was one of the fastest and best handling muscle cars of its time. Number 10, 1999 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am WS6. The 1999 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am WS6 is a muscle car that loves to go fast. It has a big engine under the hood and a 350 cubic inch V8, which gives it a lot of power. This engine works with a 6-speed manual transmission, so the driver gets to shift gears and feel more in control. When it comes to speed, this car is no joke. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds. That is very quick for a car built in the late 1990s. The Firebird Trans Am WS6 is also strong in the quarter mile. It can finish the race in only 13.9 seconds. That means it is not just fast at the start. It keeps going strong all the way down the track. Part of this speed comes from its special WS6 Ram Air Performance package. This package includes better springs, stronger shocks, and tighter sway bars. These parts help the car stay steady and smooth, even at high speeds. The hood scoops on this car are not just for looks. They help pull in cool air to keep the engine running strong. This is called ram air induction. It gives the engine a boost by helping it breathe better. The exhaust system is also made for high performance, so the car sounds powerful and runs smoothly. Big brakes help stop the car fast, which is important when going at high speeds. One cool feature of this Firebird is the T-top roof. You can take off the roof panels and enjoy the wind while you drive fast. It gives a feeling of fun and freedom. The limited slip rear axle helps keep the tires gripping the road, even during fast turns or hard takeoffs. The 1999 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am WS6 is fast in a straight line and sharp in the corners, making it one of the best muscle cars of its time. Number 9, 1992 Pontiac Firebird Formula 350. Some cars are way faster than people expect, and Pontiac Firebird Formula proves it. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.6 seconds and finish a quarter mile in 15 seconds. But most people don't even know about it. It doesn't look like a race car, and it doesn't make a loud, wild noise. That's what makes it so sneaky and dangerous on the streets. It's one of the fastest hidden cars around. A few years ago, this car was just sitting at a small used car lot. It was waiting for someone to discover how fast it really was. Even though it had already driven 180,000 miles, it was still strong inside. The price was only $2,200, which was a real bargain. When it arrived at its new home, the engine started making knocking sounds, but that wasn't a big problem. A bigger plan was ready to turn this car into a turbocharged beast. Right away, work began on the engine. The 350 cubic inch V8 engine was taken apart and rebuilt with new pistons, rods, and a high-performance camshaft. The intake and exhaust systems were also improved to help the engine breathe better. The automatic transmission was rebuilt with stronger parts, so it could handle all the extra power coming from the engine. The goal wasn't just to make it fast, but to make it unstoppable. Next, the fuel system was upgraded. It got bigger fuel injectors from a supercharged Pontiac Grand Prix, a stronger fuel pump, and a special fuel pressure booster to send more gas to the engine. A new engine control module from a GMC Typhoon was installed, and every wire was connected just right. Over 2 years, the car went through 7 different tuning chips, each one making the engine faster and stronger than before. The turbo system changed everything. A big turbocharger, a powerful exhaust system, and a huge intercooler made for a Toyota Supra were added. The car started making 14 pounds per square inch of boost at the racetrack, pushing its speed way beyond what it used to do. The first time it went to the track was in 2005. The goal was to run the quarter mile in 11.9 seconds, but it surprised everyone by running it in 11.7 seconds, hitting 119 miles per hour. After more tuning, it dropped to 10.9 seconds. The next year, just one small change made it even faster, running 10.78 seconds at 127 miles per hour. On the streets, this car became a legend. Other drivers were scared of its turbo power and often asked for a head start. Even with a 10-car lead, they still lost. At the Great Lakes Dragway in Wisconsin, it pulled in, ran quarter-mile times in the 10s on street tires, and then drove right back home. Number 8. 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS LT1. The 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS was a big four-door car that had the power of a muscle car. It came with a strong 350 cubic inch LT 1 V8 engine. This engine made 300 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque. Even though the car was large, it could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 7 seconds. That was pretty fast for a full-size family sedan. From the factory, the Impala SS could race down the quarter mile in the low 15-second range. That kind of speed made it one of the quickest big cars you could buy at the time. It had rear-wheel drive and a special limited slip differential, which helped the car push all its power to the road without spinning out. It felt like a muscle car, but still had room for the whole family. Later on, one of these cars got turned into a real racing machine. The regular engine was taken out and replaced with a 409 cubic inch V8 engine that was built to handle huge power. 2 turbochargers were added, and they pushed over 25 pounds per square inch of boost into the engine. That gave the car more than 1,200 horsepower. The Impala became faster than anyone could have guessed. To keep up with all that power, the car's frame was rebuilt with strong racing parts. An 8-point roll cage was added to protect the driver. In the back, it got giant tires that were 21.5 inches wide to help it grip the track and take off like a rocket. Inside the car, the seats were swapped for racing seats, and it got new gauges and a special shifter to handle racing. It also had new suspension parts from Air Ride Technologies, so the car could sit lower or rise up if needed. On the outside, it had shiny black paint, wide wheels, and a mean, tough look. It started as a big street car, but turned into a super fast drag strip monster. Number 7. 1995 Oldsmobile Aurora. Some fast cars do not get much attention, and the 1995 Oldsmobile Aurora is one of them. It looked like a smooth, modern sedan, but it had a strong surprise under the hood. This car had a 244 cubic inch V8 engine that was very special. It was similar to the famous Cadillac Northstar engine, which meant it was both powerful and reliable. The Aurora's engine made 250 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. That much power helped the car move from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just a little more than 8 seconds. The power from the engine went to the front wheels using a smart 4-speed automatic transmission. This transmission made the car speed up smoothly. There was also a special Autobahn package that helped the car go faster on highways. Even though the ride was soft and smooth, the Aurora had enough strength to pass slow cars quickly. Speaking of design, the Aurora's shape showed that it was built for speed, even if it didn't look like a race car. Its body was rounded and smooth, with no sharp edges making it look very modern. The front of the car sloped up to a tall windshield, and the sides curved in the classic Coke bottle style. What was most surprising was that Oldsmobile took off all the brand badges. So many people didn't even know what kind of car it was. Inside, the Aurora was very comfortable, almost like sitting in a first-class airplane seat. The leather seats were soft and cozy, perfect for long drives. The dashboard was easy to use, and the air system allowed the driver and passenger to choose different temperatures. The car also had a travel computer that showed miles driven, outside temperature, and trip information. The steering wheel had buttons, so the driver could control the radio without taking hands off the wheel. When driving, the Aurora felt solid and quiet. Its soft suspension gave a smooth ride, but the car still handled turns well. It had a special Magna steer system that changed how hard the steering was depending on speed. This made it easy to turn the wheel at low speeds, but firm and steady when driving fast. No doubt the 1995 Oldsmobile Aurora was a strong and fast car, hidden inside a luxury sedan's body. Number 6. 1992 Buick Roadmaster LT1. The 1992 Buick Roadmaster is one of those cars that surprise people with how fast they really are, even if they don't look like it. All credit goes to its powerful engine that makes it faster than many expected. This big Buick had a 350 cubic inch V8 engine called the LT1. This engine was the same one used in the Corvette, and it made 260 horsepower. That gave the Roadmaster the power to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 10.9 seconds. For a large, heavy car that looked like a family cruiser, that was pretty fast. The Roadmaster was built in a way that reminded people of old muscle cars. It had rear-wheel drive and a strong frame under the big body. While many cars in the 1990s used front-wheel drive, the Roadmaster kept the old-fashioned style that helped it handle power better. Even though it looked like a simple sedan your grandpa might drive, it could move with surprising speed. The car's quarter-mile time was 17.9 seconds, which showed it could cover a lot of ground quickly in a straight line. Most people did not expect a Buick to be this fast, but it had the strength to compete with some muscle cars from that era. Inside, the Roadmaster felt very comfortable. It had soft leather seats and a smooth, quiet ride that made it nice for long trips. Unlike some fast cars that can be rough or noisy, this one was relaxed and easy to drive. But when you pressed the gas pedal hard, it surprised everyone by moving like a fast race car. Most of these Buicks were owned by older drivers who didn't use them for racing, so many stayed in good shape. That means there are still some out there today, waiting for people who know their true speed to find them. The 1992 Buick Roadmaster with the LT1 engine was not made to be famous for speed. Still, it quietly became one of the fastest full-size sedans of its time, showing that sometimes the slowest-looking cars hide the biggest surprises. Number 5, 1997 Chevrolet Corvette C5. The 1997 Chevrolet Corvette C5 was built with a brand new body that uses light but strong materials. This helped the car stay stiff and solid while still being light. Because of this, the Corvette could handle turns better and feel smooth when driving. Even with all that comfort, it was still very quick. The Corvette could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds, which was super fast for a car with so much comfort inside. The Corvette C5 also did great in the quarter mile. It could race through it in only 13.4 seconds and reach a speed of 108 miles per hour by the end. This was possible because of its powerful LS1 engine. The engine was made from aluminum, which helped make it lighter and faster. Even when the car was speeding up quickly, it stayed in control and kept a strong grip on the road. Chevrolet did not just think about going fast. The engineers also wanted to make the car more fun to drive every day. They gave it a brand new suspension system, which helped the car handle bumpy roads better than older models. Even when the car was moving at high speeds, it felt stable and safe. That made the Corvette good for both racing and regular driving. The top speed of the Corvette C5 was also impressive. It could reach 172 miles per hour, and some drivers even hit 175 miles per hour on test tracks. That made it one of the fastest Corvettes made at the time. Even with all that speed, it was still easy to drive and fun to be in. Well, it was made for people who wanted a car that could go fast, but still feel good to drive every day. Number 4, 1992 GMC Typhoon. The 1992 GMC Typhoon can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds. That's quicker than many sports cars, even faster than a Ferrari 348Ts. You might wonder why it isn't famous. The reason is simple. It's an SUV, and many people don't expect SUVs to be that fast. But when the Typhoon speeds up, it proves it's no ordinary SUV. The Typhoon looks tough and sporty right away. It is based on a regular GMC S15 Jimmy, but it has a special style. It has big tires, a shiny black body, and sharp lines that make it look like a muscle car ready to race. When you step on the gas pedal, the car feels just as powerful as it looks. It has a turbocharged 262 cubic inch V6 engine that makes 280 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. This SUV is quick on the road. It can finish a quarter mile in just 14.1 seconds while reaching 95 miles per hour. That speed is close to a super fast car like the Acura NSX. The Typhoon's top speed is 124 miles per hour, which is very fast for an SUV. The GMC Typhoon also handles well. It can take sharp turns and corners with a strong grip of 0.79 Gs. This means it sticks to the road like a sports car. It can also stop quickly. The Typhoon can slow down from 70 miles per hour to a full stop in only 185 feet. This stopping distance is better than many supercars. Inside, the Typhoon is made for comfort and style. It has soft leather seats, power locks, and a cool sound system. Even though it is fast and sporty, it's not designed for tough off-road driving or heavy towing. Number 3. 1994 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. The 1994 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham had a strong 350 cubic inch V8 engine called the LT1, the same kind used in the famous Corvette. This engine gave the car 260 horsepower, making it quick for a big luxury sedan. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 8.2 seconds. If you raced it on a drag strip, it would finish a quarter mile in about 16.1 seconds. Now, let's talk numbers. This Cadillac was heavy, weighing over 4,500 pounds with the Brougham package, but it still moved smoothly and with power. It came with a special 4-speed automatic transmission that helped the car speed up and drive comfortably on the highway. The transmission had an overdrive, which made it easier for the engine to keep the car moving fast without working too hard. Not only this, but the Brougham package also added many luxury features that made this car feel very fancy. It had a full vinyl roof and special badges on the sides. Inside, the seats were designed to be very comfortable, with a 6-way power driver's seat that remembered your favorite position. The front seats were heated and had 3 levels of lumbar support to keep you cozy on long drives. There was even a storage armrest for the backseat passengers. Moreover, the Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham was packed with many power features like power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors that heated up to keep clear in cold weather. It had cruise control for easy driving on highways and an electronic climate control system that let everyone choose their best temperature. The sound system had an AM/FM radio and a cassette player for music. Therefore, it was the last of Cadillac's big, rear-wheel drive luxury cars, and it carried the proud tradition of speed and style with true Cadillac class. Number 2. 1994 Buick Regal GS. The 1994 Buick Regal GS was part of a famous line of cars called the Buick Regal, which had been around since the early 1970s. This Regal GS had a 232 cubic inch V6 engine that made 170 horsepower. It wasn't the biggest engine, but it gave the car good speed for its size. The Regal GS could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 9.6 seconds. It could also finish a quarter mile in around 17.1 seconds. These numbers showed the car was quicker than many other mid-size cars of its time. Beyond this, the car came with a special 4-speed automatic transmission that was controlled by a computer. This made changing gears very smooth and helped the engine work better. The Regal GS also had a special suspension tuning called Grand Touring, which made the ride comfortable but still gave the car good handling of curves and turns. Let's not forget to talk about its looks. The look of the Regal GS was sporty but classy. It had a body-colored front grille, rectangular fog lights, and special Grand Sport badges. The car sat on alloy wheels with good tires that helped it stick to the road. Inside, the driver had a leather steering wheel, front bucket seats, and a console with easy-to-read gauges, including a tachometer to show engine speed. Over the years, Buick made small improvements. In 1993, the engine got a tiny boost in torque, which helped with acceleration, making the car about 1 second faster from 0 to 60 miles per hour. By 1996, the engine was stronger with 205 horsepower, making the Regal GS faster and more exciting to drive. Even though the Regal GS was not a muscle car like the famous Grand National, it offered a nice balance of power, comfort, and style. Number 1. 1998 Oldsmobile Intrigue. The 1998 Oldsmobile Intrigue was a mid-size sedan. Oldsmobile made this car to replace an older model called the Cutlass Supreme. The Intrigue was designed to look modern and sporty, inspired by earlier concept cars and luxury models from Oldsmobile. It was built to compete with fancy cars from brands like Acura and BMW. Speaking of options, this car came in 3 main versions called trims: the base GX, the mid-level GL, and the top GLS. No matter which trim you picked, The Intrigue came with a strong 232 cubic inch V6 engine that gave it plenty of power. It had a four-wheel independent suspension, which helped the car handle turns well and gave a smooth ride. Safety was important too, with features like anti-lock brakes and airbags for the driver and front passenger. What made this special was its mind-blowing speed. The Intrigue could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 9.1 seconds. It also could cover a quarter mile in about 16.7 seconds. These speeds made the Intrigue one of the quicker midsize sedans available at the time. Its 4-speed automatic transmission worked well with the engine to give smooth and steady acceleration. Inside, the car had comfortable seats and full power controls for things like windows and locks. The GL and GLS trims added nicer features like power-adjustable seats, better sound systems, and climate controls that let the driver and passenger set different temperatures. The top GLS model included leather seats and special controls on the steering wheel to adjust the audio system easily. One cool detail about the Intrigue was its speedometer, which showed speeds up to 140 miles per hour, even though normal driving wouldn't reach that fast. There was also an optional Autobahn package that added bigger front brakes, better tires, and a special differential to help the car feel more sporty and stable when driving fast. Oldsmobile kept making improvements in later years, including a stronger 214 cubic inch engine for faster performance. But the 1998 model was where it all started. A fast, smooth, and well-equipped car that combined power with luxury features. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.